This comment is in response to a video that I did where I recall a harrowing and horrifying experience I had doing the Monroe tapes 1 through 3. And after I posted that video, I went to bed last night, and I remember saying in my video that I was really, really worried about doing the video because I don't want to recall it into my consciousness again, because I don't actually want to call it in again. Well, I should have listened to my intuition, because last night I had another terrible dream. I haven't had a bad dream at all since my trip where I saw the figure in the corner, and honestly, I hadn't recalled at all that it could be connected to my doing the gateway tapes and my experience initially with doing the gateway tapes. But now I have to say that there is something to this and talking about it, and the only reason why I'm making a subsequent video is because I think people need to be aware of the dangers and the risks of doing these tapes, because they definitely can call in things that you were not prepared to encounter, and that can be rather traumatizing. Last night I had a terrible dream where I again woke up gasping. It was awful. I woke my partner up and he had to calm me down, and I had to do the guardian ritual that I talk about in another video in this series, the Gateway Tapes series. But I talk about what I have to do when I have these bad dreams now, which honestly, I've always had nightmares, but since doing the Gateway Tapes, I feel like the nightmares have just gotten more detailed and in depth as far as entities that I don't know. Before, it was people that I did know in nightmares, and it would be based on my reality. And I feel like the dreams that I have now, subsequent to doing the Gateway Tapes, are entities that I don't recognize, that I don't know, that have a very evil intention and energy about them. And last night I closed my eyes and dreamt of my current reality. So it was very similar to like another dimension of my current reality. So I've, in videos past on this subject, referred it to like the upside down and Stranger Things, like it's your reality, but it's a horrifying version of your reality. So I was in that horrifying version of my reality. So I saw things that I recognized. My kids were in the dream. But my kids that were in the dream, I don't even want to talk about like what I saw, because it was so scary. Like they were not, I'll probably cut this out of the video, but they were not okay. My kids were not okay. And what I most remember is just this presence, this figure. It was like a male figure. I didn't recognize him, but he was just very, very evil. He was very, very evil. And I was sharing a bed with him. So he was like a person in my life, but not a person in my life. I've never seen this person, ever met this person. And he just had very, very ill intent. And I remember feeling like I couldn't get away. And he didn't seem human to me. He seemed, for lack of a better term, demonic. And it was a terrible dream where I just knew I needed to get away from this person. He hadn't done anything to me. It was just his presence was foreboding and evil and scary. And so I woke up from the dream panicking and hyperventilating, basically. So that's an update of, since I made a video talking about my experience with the Gateway Tapes, I'm now kind of opening up my consciousness to further visitation or further exposure to these negative entities. And I'm very carefully considering whether I should even be talking about this any further, because I think that talking about it does perpetuate it in your consciousness. So for people that are thinking of doing it, just be extremely careful, because you're dealing with powers and forces and energies that we really don't know a lot about, and that if you're not equipped can really traumatize and terrify you. I think I'm going to try to do some of the practices that I've seen commenters make on these videos, where you need to actually do an intentional meditation where you cast out or you shut off communication or access to you from this realm or these dimensions, because these dreams are absolutely terrifying and I don't want to have any more of them.